your voice of the Valley, AM 1450 KBMW. Turner Blavas here for our weekly Snap Spotlight. If you did not know, we do this the early part of the 1 o'clock hour every Friday here on the Voice of the Valley, and then we put it on our YouTube channel, KBMW News Live. And this week we got a Breckenridge football standout coming in, Dawson Wienbar. How's it going today, Dawson?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. And you know what I just realized? I didn't even prepare this for the interview. I just realized I got to get you a Player of the Game shirt when we roll out of here. Because I picked you last week. You were tackling like a madman out there. I was,
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see that you can still scrap, even though you're kind of a little undersized in some of these matchups. You're used to it. What's the tackling procedure in your brain when you come out?
Just run and hit him and hope he goes down.
I'm glad. I was a little nervous you were going to talk about being a little ankle biter. But
yeah.
I was like, no.
I go too high sometimes. I just try to fight off the stiff arm, and it does not work too well. But
gotcha. Yep. You just hang on for dear life. Yeah. Well, your senior season, I know you guys haven't gotten off to the start you guys were hoping for. Only the one win so far. You guys have had some bright spots, though. I'm sure you're still having fun out there.
I am. It's been a lot. The group of guys we got is a lot of fun to play with. So
yeah, and
it's been fun.
Not the biggest senior class, but like a senior class that I'm sure is, from what I've seen, you guys have some great chemistry.
We do. Yeah, we have a lot of good leaders in our group, and I think our young kids know that, and we just play hard. So.
Gotcha. And like all the other seniors, you're taking on a bigger role this year, playing both ways. And as a wide receiver, I'm sure you're a very happy camper that you guys are airing it out a little more this year.
Yes,
Can you tell me a little bit more about how excited you were coming into this year?
I love to get the ball in my hands, and I knew we'd have to throw it a little more this year. So I'm just happy with it and out there blocking for my guys. So, yeah.
How would you describe the chemistry you built with your quarterback, Bailey Evans?
A lot. We worked a lot throughout the summer, me, him, and Jacob Kunkel. And we just, every night we were throwing and just working on it. So I think it's paid off. We've been a lot more productive in the pass game, I feel like, and it's helped us a lot. So
it's got to be nice to have two receivers with such contrasting styles with you and Kunkel. You guys are like just completely opposite in the skill set. How would you describe his and then yours and how it differs?
He can jump really high. Yeah. He can go up and get the ball, and he's a good route runner, and he's fast. And I'm kind of just more of like a shifty. When I get the ball, I can juke guys out and just run, basically. So
the guy you like to throw the bubble routes to.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And it is the first. So for those who don't know, I've had to explain this to a lot of people. The way that Breckenridge always did captains was they would do like a weekly rotation. Like it's these three seniors this week, these three seniors this week, and head coach Carson Yegi wanted to get a little more consistency and do some captains, had it voted on, and Dawson was one of them. How big of a deal was that for you?
It was awesome being a captain of this team, and just with Bailey, Jacob, and Eli. Eli's a really good leader too. He's more of a younger guy, but he's just I feel like we set good examples for the younger guys and kind of paved the way for them. So
did you kind of know, like in the moment you're like, wow, we've never really done this before.
Yeah,
like how big of a deal it was?
Yeah, I didn't really know, but it was important to me to get that role as a leader and just for all of us. So
how would you describe your leadership style?
I'm kind of quieter when it comes to it. I'm more just set by example than like kind of talk to the guys and just show them like how to do stuff, and just that's about it. And then Jacob's more vocal about it, and Bailey's kind of on the quieter side, and then Eli's very vocal. So
who are some of the young receivers you've had to take under your wing? Maybe guys who aren't playing right now, but guys who are coming up.
Aiden Sanchez, and he's a very good player. He's taller and he's fast. Brother to Alex Sanchez, who's played, and he's just a great kid. And then another one, he's kind of like me, Charlie Krejcia. He's a little shorter, on the shorter side, but he's a really good route runner, and he's fast, so I think he'll have a good future with us too. So.
Charlie's my cousin, so
really?
I'm very excited to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely rooting for him as well, and I could see the similar styles, so I'm glad to hear that. And when you're not tearing it up on the football field, also had a fantastic golf season, heading to the state golf tournament, and how big of an experience was that for you, and how are you looking to build on that your senior year?
It was awesome to go. I didn't play my best golf that I played, but it was just a great experience. And to go up there I had another teammate, Jay Solor, come with me, and to have him be there with me and walk with me, and Mr. Goldaddy as well, it was really fun. So.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of who had gone to state before you. I feel like it wasn't a whole lot of guys, and if it wasn't very recent.
The last guy was Robert Schuler, and that was like more than 20 years ago. That was the last golfer for the guys. And then Kennedy went for the girls. But So it was a while ago.
Yep, I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but yeah, it really was a long while. You might have dated Robert there a little bit there. But, and your older brother was also a standout wide receiver in his high school career, and then also played for the Wildcats and was a very solid returner and slot receiver. Talk about a little bit of the stuff you've learned from him.
He's been amazing for me. We used to, even when I was younger, we'd go out and play football, but in like my sophomore year, we'd go out and run routes every night, and he's a great route runner. He taught me a lot about just, he likes Justin Jefferson, the way Justin Jefferson runs his routes. He goes off of that, and then he taught me how to do that, and it's just really helped me. So
yeah, I remember his seeing like his first varsity game, and I was like, oh, those hands really jump out at me.
And
like, he's got some great hands.
Really big, for how small I am, I have pretty big hands.
Oh, that gives you the advantage then.
It does.
Yep. Is there a little bit of the trash talk there? I'm sure.
All the time.
Yeah, some parts
when we
of your
go
game.
out and play, that's all we do is between me and him.
I can see that with you and Jackson.
Yeah.
That's funny. I got a bone to pick with your parents, though, because your names are a little too similar for me. I'm always scared I'm going to call you Jackson during the game. I probably have. I probably called him Dawson at one point, but I need to work on that a little bit. But talk about it a little bit. You guys have a game. A game against New York Mills today, and a little bit about a kind of a rivalry there. You guys run into them in the postseason.
Yeah, we formed a rivalry with them the past 2 years now, and losing to them in the Dome is kind of, we got smoked in the Dome by them, and it's kind of just started a little rivalry, and we're hopefully going to be, we beat them already last year in the playoffs, and we smoked them there, so hopefully that's going to happen today. So.
Gotcha. And what would you say is the biggest key to getting the guys into a role, heading into the postseason next few weeks?
We just got to keep working hard. Our practices have been tough, but we just got to keep going, and that's, I think, when you watch film, we're really close to just being perfect on both sides, and that's really going to change the way in the playoffs for us, I feel like. So.
Gotcha. And then my last question, a little bit about your first-year head coach, Carson Yagi, and how he's differed from having Coach Fredrickson for a few years.
He's a motivator. He loves to yell at us, but he knows we can be better than what we truly are, and I think he's been a great coach. I've learned a lot from him. Even in he's more of a quarterback, but in the receiver position, he's really helped me a lot with my route running and stuff.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
Anything else like that?
I'm good. Nope. Thank you.
Appreciate you coming on. Before we wrap this all up, we got our snap schedule reminder, let you know all the games that are going on today, as well as the next 6 days as well. Like we always do, we'll start off with today. The Wahpeton boys tennis team has the East Region Tournament, which is at Quartz Plus. That started up at 9 a.m. today. BW girls swimming is at Jamestown for a 5 p.m. meet. Wahpeton volleyball is at the Fargo Invite, which is hosted at Fargo Davies. That starts up at 5 p.m. with their first match. Wahpeton football is at Grand Forks Central tonight, and it's a 6 p.m. start time instead of the normal 7 p.m. start time, so make sure to tune in a little earlier for that. And then Breckenridge football, like we talked about with Dawson, they're going to be taking on New York Mills tonight at 7 p.m. on B92.7 FM and live streaming on our YouTube channel, KBMW News Live, as is the Grand Forks Central game, if you didn't know. Saturday, we got a jam-packed Saturday. Wahpeton volleyball is once again in the Fargo Invite. NDSCS volleyball has a pair of matches. First one against Western Iowa Tech CC at 9 a.m. NDSCS volleyball moves on to take on Hawkeye Community College at 11 a.m. right after that. And then they'll head back after that, just those two matches for the weekend. Wahpeton boys tennis continues the East Region Tournament at Quartz Plus. That starts up at 9 a.m. BW girls swimming is at Grand Forks for a 9:30 a.m. meet. NDSCS football takes on Rochester Community and Technical College at 1:30 p.m. on Saturday. Tuesday, kind of a strange Tuesday. Only one thing going on. Wahpeton volleyball hosts Valley City for a 7 p.m. match. Wednesday, NDSCS volleyball is at M State Community and Technical College, and after they play them at 6:30 p.m., they'll move on to play St. Cloud Technical College, or Technical and Community College, at 8 p.m. And then Thursday, as BW cross country at a meet in Perham at 3:45 p.m. BW girls swimming is at West Fargo at 6 p.m. Wahpeton volleyball hosts Fargo South at 7 p.m. and Breckenridge volleyball is at Frazee for a 7:30 p.m. match. So that's it. Look at your snap schedule reminder, and that'll do it for the Snap Spotlight. Once again, if you did not know, we air this on KBMW, obviously, and then we have it on our YouTube channel as well, KBMW News Live. You want to go and watch the interview for yourself. Now for a quick word from our sponsor.
Snap Fitness, your locally owned gym in Wahpeton, wants to have you join their workout family. Snap offers personal training, and owner Renata Fobb will even write up workout plans for you. If you're an athlete in the Twin Towns, Snap Fitness will help you make sure you're prepared for the upcoming sports season. To all the retired athletes over 65, Snap Fitness participates in the Silver Sneakers Insurance Program, and most major insurances reimburse for memberships to Snap. Stop by Snap Fitness today and ask about their membership packages. They're located at 102 7th Street South in Wahpeton.